Jackson Podcast.
What's good? What's good with you, my brother? What's good with you,
What's
fam?
going on, bro? What's going on?
Oh man, what a week! What a week! What a time we having starting off 2025 in hip hop and just in the culture in America. Period, man. It's wild a little bit right now, guy, man.
Man, it's more than wild. Man, it's I can't even put into words what's been going on, bro. And we only in March. Finna be in April.
That's true. And music, it's like when I listen to music, it ain't the same no more. It give me I don't know. I don't get the excitement that I used to get when new albums dropped. It's crazy. It's interesting how people are trying to correlate the streets and hip hop together, like put them together. Like if you a rapper, I'm starting to not even like the title rapper no more because it's like they're trying to criminalize the word instead of looking at it as an art form.
Because you got this young generation out here rapping about shit that they doing in the streets. They mixing them. They mixing. You can't. You could never. Why would you incriminate yourself? And that's what they doing. They incriminating themselves.
And I don't know if it's just the young ones neither though, because you see
No,
me,
no,
you
they
and
just
me, you and Rob did that show when Lil Durk first got arrested. And salute to Lil Durk and his new music or whatever though. But we did the show called "Did the OGs Fail the Youth?" This is like rehashing that conversation out. This is like the part two to it because now we got an OG that's just in some situations, man, and participating in their foolish activities, man, and making the city look bad. That's like my favorite place in the world, at Los Angeles, fam. And oh man. Yeah.
hey,
Oh
it goes deep. It's deep. It's
yeah.
really deep, and it's crazy because it's actually one of the biggest uh Crip gangs in the world.
I
The
thought it
biggest.
I thought it
It is
was
the
the
biggest. It's the
yeah,
biggest. The Rolling 60 is the biggest Crip gang in the world.
yeah. Because I seen that people I heard Joe Budden them talking about it though, but they picked up some people from New Jersey too. A couple of guys from New Jersey. I thought Sue Surf was in
Yeah,
that situation
bro.
too. And I didn't
Eh,
know that ties to
n-
Los
n-
Angeles.
the thing about it is, even with the Sue Surf situation, Sue Surf went down last year, or was it last year, or the year before?
Last
And they're bro. I read something that Brick Baby and Big U was on Sue Surf paperwork. How? Like,
you know, it's just it's crazy to me when people portray to the world that they are cleaning their image up and cleaning themselves up, but living double lives. Like you can't be successful at nothing when you live in multiple lives. You gotta choose one. And
bro, that's
mhm,
right. That's right.
it's just a weird state and a weird place that we living in right now. And I just I'm speechless right now, fam, to be honest with you. But before we get into the conversation, we gotta talk about how was your week, what was going on, like what was you into, fam? How life been treating my dog, man?
Man, life been good, man. Life been good, doing, I had my beginning of the year checkup. Everything's going good. Working. Daughter is getting older. She'll be 9 this year, so I'm planning the birthday for in the next 2 months. She talking about she want to have a sleepover. I said, you got to call your mama on that because daddy not doing that this year.
Yeah.
We Daddy took care of for the last 8 birthdays. Daddy been coming out of pocket for a lot.
Yeah.
So you turn 9, you want to have a sleepover. Daddy help get the hotel. You and mommy, and y'all can handle that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just being a father, man. Just getting back on my workout. Eating correctly now. Right. Getting just living life.
I recently had a like to me, to be honest, that pollen, it kind of gave me a health scare as of recently. That's
Mm,
like my week. I had a rough week. I ain't gonna cap to you. I had a rough week. I was all over the place working. You know what I'm saying? Grinding. I was sleeping longer than I needed to be sleeping because I wasn't healing fast enough.
mm,
Pollen was beating me down. So I was sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day.
Jesus.
And it gave me a health scare, and today I went to the grocery store. I spent me a little money on cooking and preparing meals for myself, and not wanting to go out to eat,
Right.
and get back into a health routine, being proactive
Like,
and reactive. I don't want to have to be reacting when something happened. I want to be proactive so it can fight.
yeah.
It can fight for me, and I don't have to fight whatever sickness or whatever come my way, because I think something is on the way, man, like COVID again, to be honest with
Bro,
you.
I don't. You know what? It's crazy that you say that because I was just thinking that about last week, and I was like, yo, something's gonna go down. Something is about to go down. I don't know what is, but you know, and me and my fiance was we was talking. She's in Cali, and I'm out here, so we was talking, and you know, she has lupus,
Yeah.
so she's been battling with that. So she was in the hospital, I want to say, for about a whole week last week,
Mhm.
you know, and one thing about her lupus is it messes with her stomach and it really ties her up. So when she have a flare up, bro, that ain't no joke. So, you know, we really been talking about, okay, eating habits, you
Mhm.
know, what time we eating, what time we shutting shit down when it comes to eating, because, you know, sometimes, and what she likes to do is she likes to cook late. When she came out here to visit, you know, because that 3 hour difference, I was like, babe, I don't eat after a certain time. You
Yeah.
cook it, it's gonna sit. Now I eat it tomorrow, but anything after 7, I'm not eating. I eat
Yeah.
some fruit. You know, I eat some fruit and stuff. Make me a smoothie, but I'm not eating because my work schedule before, bro. I was working 7 to 7. You know, 1 week I'll have 2 days off. You know, then the following week I have 5 days off. But just
Mm.
that regimen of working from 7 to 7, you get home, bro, and you eating late technically after 7,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
that food gonna sit on you. So it's like, bro, I had to cut all that out. So I'm working now. I work at morning, so I go to work at 6. Like upcoming last week. Well, yeah, Thursday and Friday, man, I had to be to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get off at 2:30 every day.
Ooh, that's the
So
best hours. If you're gonna work a job, to me, it ain't nothing better than being home by 2 o'clock.
bro,
Goodness gracious.
yep. So I get off at 2:30. I get home. I make it home about, because I work in Statesville now. I get home about 3:30. I may stop and grab something to eat. After that, bro, I don't eat no more.
That's that. You know, a lot of people don't know this though, and I am not perfect at this, but the body needs time to heal from eating.
Hmm.
And most people live their life putting a snack in their body, eating
Hmm.
something. The body hasn't healed since you was a child. You ain't never gave it 12 hours, the stomach 12 hours to rest.
Right.
And and the stomach has neurons in it, just like the brain.
Yep.
So it's interesting to hear you talk about that. And it's interesting that I went to the grocery store today to be able to meal prep for myself and cook my own meals and everything, because it's real out here, man. It's
Hmm.
real. It's really
Hmm.
yeah. Where you want to start at, fam? Talk
Man,
to me.
we can start wherever you want, man. We can start. Let's talk about the LeBron and Stephen A. Let's talk about that, because you know Stephen A. had a lot to say. You know, like LeBron said, he went on the Taylor Swift tour
Yeah, he went
talking
to
about something that he said he didn't want to talk about, but he talking about it. He even went
yeah,
on the Gil's Arena podcast
very
and talked,
passionate.
bro. He did it. They've been trying to get him on there for weeks, and now all of a sudden this happened. And now you available to get on the podcast, huh?
And
Hmm.
so I was kind of defending. I wasn't defending or against nobody really, but I didn't know what he had said about LeBron James parenting. I didn't
Hmm.
hear the clip, or I didn't hear
Hmm.
anything specific. And both of the guys I thought was right. That's what I said on that podcast that I previously did. I thought Stephen A was right for being able to criticize and do his job, and I thought LeBron was right for defending his son. But I didn't hear Stephen A speak on him as a parent, and that's disrespectful. he kind of lucky and get knocked out there on that court.
Right. And then, you say something, he kind of backtracked, but then he's like, "Oh, I didn't say it like that, or I didn't say that." Yes, you did. You came at this man as a father because he stepped to you as a father, and when he stepped to you as a father, you said that wasn't LeBron the player, that was LeBron the father. Okay, if you can identify that he approached you as a father, evidently you overstepped the line to him as a father.
Yeah.
Because for 22 years, regardless of what you say about this man, and you have an analyst that made a living off of trashing this man.
What during that time when First Take was people was making a living off of him. You ain't capping. It was either LeBron or the Cowboys for a decade.
Facts.
But at one point in time, I thought that Stephen A was defending LeBron against Skip. Was that the case?
No, Shannon. It wasn't until Shannon and Skip got together that Shannon became the defender of LeBron. Okay. Because Skip always talked about Jordan. And Jordan Jordan that.
And Stephen,
you know what I'm saying?
Agree with him.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It came down to them talking about the play, but it was things that was disrespectful within the conversation. And to be honest with you, I don't, nepotism. Let's talk about nepotism for a moment and who has benefited. Name some people that has benefited off of nepotism that you know. I'll say Donald Trump.
Yep.
I'll say
Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones.
Yeah.
Some of these owners, these NBA owners.
Yeah.
Look at the owner of the Suns. No. The owner of the Suns, his dad is the agent for Bradley Beal.
King Combs.
King Combs.
He wouldn't have been able to put no album out if it wasn't for Diddy name and
no. Right.
It's just a lot of people. America is becoming a place that is like
Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, the Sanders boys.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that benefit off nepotism. It ain't nothing wrong with it, but they was a little more harsh on Bronny than it was deserved. Even though I'm not about to cap and say he was ready for the NBA. I'm not gonna say that he was ready. And but who business is it? It ain't my business to be able to say what LeBron should and shouldn't be able to do because the Lakers and the NBA can't pay him what he's worth.
Facts. But here's the thing. Bronny was drafted 55th pick. Look at all the 55th picks for the last 2 years. And tell me, was they even talked about as much? Or you even know who they are? And then they talk about, oh, he's a guaranteed contract. Yes, the other 55th pick was a guaranteed contract. The other 55th pick got paid the same salary. And it was other teams that wanted Bronny. He could have got picked 35th.
Yeah.
But specifically, his agent said no. Don't draft him. He wants to play. Yeah. So therefore, but the Lakers but we're not going to talk about how the Lakers seen the cash cow too. You know how much in jersey sales Bronny is selling?
Nike.
He's already made them $55 million in jersey sales.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. The business of this whole thing is wild. It's wild.
Right. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was his goal, his life accomplishment to want to play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Here's name call. Mm-hmm. After going through the health scare that he did with going into cardiac arrest.
Mm. And is that what Stephen A. mentioned about his son? Because that would have struck me. Now, if he would have talked about my son's health and all of that, and then try to say it's you as a parent and I'm targeting you, that would have sent me.
So what Stephen A. said was, LeBron, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to you as a parent. Stop it. Bronny is not ready. Stop it. How? What? Hold on, time out. Actually, Bronny is balling in the G League. He just put up 39 the other night. He just put up 17. He put up 17 in the NBA, then turned around and put up 39 in the G League. Before that, he was putting 25, 32.
Why that ain't being talked about?
And that's what we're trying to understand.
Yeah. Why that ain't being talked about? Because I haven't heard that, but they highlight that he ain't ready. He only averaged 3 in high school. He shouldn't be on the Lakers, and I heard that more than I heard what he's doing in the G League.
Y'all expect this man when he scored 17, he played 32 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You expect him to score something playing 8 minutes, 5 minutes? They have to they have to literally run plays.
Yeah, you got to get to cooking first.
You got come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? So I don't understand. I understand that people are going to talk, but let's be real. When has anybody ever talked about the 55th pick? No. We allow them to develop. We allow all them draftees to develop.
Now, would you say what did he average in college? I know that don't mean anything.
8, probably 2, 8, something.
I thought it was 3 or something like that.
3, if it was. But I'm gonna tell you this though. It's a lot of college players. Their game is not built for college. Their game is built for the NBA.
Yeah, I was watching. You see, I got the Michigan Spartans with Mateen Cleaves.
Mm-hmm.
Mateen Cleaves, what he doing in the NBA? But he was a baller in college.
Right?
Yeah. You cooking, guy. You cooking. I'm listening to you.
So at the end of the day, people criticize Bronny. Yeah, but Bronny, we are. Do you know who his damn daddy is?
He has the potential. Even if he scored 3, what people are saying is that he can score 3, but he has the potential because you know who his father is. You know his work ethic. They're gonna make sure he's healthy and everything.
He's in the gym working on his game every day. He's not shortchanging nothing. He's playing. He's in the gym twice a day. He's watching James Harden practice. He's watching KD play. He's like, this is what's going on.
And he's playing with them and against them.
And he's playing with them. So therefore, it's like, it's one thing. How you have them, and how you have them high school players who are good. And then they go to college and then they die out. Because where they come from, they're no longer the only one. You're in college. Yeah. You're with all the other 5-star, 4-star players now.
You with all the other ones from their neighborhood and their school.
Right. Yeah. And you still got to go out here and shine. You still got to make a name for yourself. Nothing's going to be given to you. You still got to go out here and perform.
Yeah.
If there wasn't nothing that Bronny would have shown when he worked out for other teams, these other teams wouldn't have wanted to draft him. But it was other teams that actually wanted to draft him because of what they seen in potential.
Yeah. And the opportunity that I think money had a play too, because they
oh yeah. Because you also knew, okay, if we get Bronny, LeBron, there's a possibility LeBron gonna come too.
Yeah, because the Lakers is like, they might have to give him 10% of the team when he retires.
Oh, LeBron. Yeah. They gotta do something.
3-4%.
They gotta do something.
Give him a percent of the team, because they making a killing off of him and his son right now. They can't pay him what he worth, man. They to be honest with you, they deserve to be on TV now because of Luca and everything. But how much TV time they was getting, I felt as if at one point they didn't deserve that much TV time. Prime time,
No.
they like the Cowboys of the NBA.
Yeah. Lakers.
When it comes to being on television, being promoted, not winning.
Oh, okay. Promoted, yeah. But we gotta understand we gotta understand the prestige of the Lakers though. Like they got more championships than the damn Cowboys.
Way more.
Right.
But they own prime time every game.
Because of who? Because of who's LeBron.
Yeah.
You talking about every city LeBron and them go to is sold out.
They make the city making money.
City making money.
When they come to Charlotte. Don't nobody
sold out.
Yeah.
Don't nobody go to Charlotte games like that. LeBron come, tickets go up a little bit and they sell out.
Yep. So they got to make some, and they on TV the first time the season. Hey man, that's crazy. Let's play LeBron response on the Pat McAfee show and keep the conversation going. Let's do it.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, went viral. You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If it's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax.
LeBron was extremely unbothered in that conversation, though.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like, man, I would like to see them converse with each other eventually. I know it's not going to happen no time soon. And a lot of people are hard on Stephen A. I think Stephen A. has to find a way to add integrity to his journalist style, because people go to school. I even wanted to go to school for journalism. Because it's something I like having conversations. I like having my own platform and talking and stuff about things that are trending and in the news and in politics. And I want to be well versed in what I do because I really like it. But when I look at the landscape of the world and of America right now, journalists is being replaced by celebrities. And Stephen A. gonna have to be a person of integrity, or he is not moving the culture forward. And that is all tied into the whole theme of this show. Did the OGs fail the youth? Because he just got $100 million contract. He an OG. He gonna have to be able to convey his message without being a person that is like I don't know the word I'm looking for. A person that is not speaking with malicious intentions.
And you want to know something? Lately, he's been doing that.
He ain't never did that.
He ain't never did it. But lately, he has. It's no different than Elliott Wilson complaining about
Wow.
everybody else in his space. But if you're not going to be real about it, if you're not going to be honest about it,
You cooking, guy.
you don't deserve to talk about it.
You cooking. Keep cooking, guy. That's true. Elliot Baldwin.
But then we done got to the point to where we want to hear from the rappers. We want to hear from the sport, the basketball players. We want to hear from the football players because yes, y'all are journalists. Yes, y'all speak on a topic. Yes, y'all may speak on a sport, but y'all don't play it. Y'all don't know y'all not in these locker rooms. Y'all go from hearsay. Y'all get y'all information from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is that you in your bag when you tied that Elliot Wilson in with that because of how disgruntled he was with Cameron.
Yeah.
How disgruntled he is with $1 million worth of game and Joe Budden because the rappers now
Are getting the and yep. But this is the thing. They're not journalists. They don't have a journalist degree like you do. But guess what? They done built a relationship and they done had these relationships for 20 plus years. And ain't nothing realer than a relationship.
That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. You know what's crazy though? The journalists are being removed, but you know what the journalists are lacking, why they're being removed. I know why they're being removed. And they might disagree with what I'm about to say though, but their perspective is not objective no more.
Nope. It's personal.
Emotions.
Yep.
Feeling. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. It's not objective. You have to speak to the perspective and not speak to the person. That's the problem that's going on right now.
Exactly what you said. And that's why Elliot Wilson got what he got from Cameron, because what he said about Cameron was foul.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
We understand you feel some type of way, but take your emotions out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was full of emotion.
That's all.
That's a female trait.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You acting feminine when you start being all emotional and intentional with being disrespectful to somebody. Men don't operate like that to me anyway. Not masculine men. We ain't, you know, that goes back to this. We going into some stuff. When we get into that big U conversation, that's going to be relevant also because men don't intentionally try to harm or hurt nobody's feelings or nothing. Most of the time that's a trauma response.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I wanna play another clip of Stephen A responding, talking about he would have swung on Brian, but something else had happened after this clip that I think me and you can converse about. Let me go ahead and get to it.
You see, when he approached me while I was sitting courtside at that game against the New York Knicks, when he rolled up on me, I didn't know he was going to roll up on me. I had no idea. But when he said what he had to say, I was in no position to give any kind of retort without making a scene. It was during the third quarter. It was fresh out of a timeout. It was him walking to the basketball court. It was on national television. The cameras were rolling. And had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act? You want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him.
You know, see that he removed the objectivity away from it and started
got emotional.
And then he got emotional again when he went on First Take because that was on his own platform that's on YouTube when he said that. Then when he came on First Take the first day, he started implementing Kobe and other people.
And D Wade. And it's It's
you
weird.
Yeah, why you mentioning them? This is specifically you and Bron.
Weird, bro. Weird.
He took
Straight weird.
he took it too far, fam. He took it too far. I think that he got that $100 million contract and he got full of himself.
Not only that, bro. It was the fact that he's the puppet.
Explain that to him.
He said he didn't want to talk about that incident.
Oh, and what they do?
You're going to talk about that incident.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy, LeBron James. You're going to talk about him. I don't give a damn what they probably said. Stephen A. Nigga. you gonna talk about this other black man.
Yeah.
And we don't care how you feel about it.
Mm.
Do you know the ratings?
We're gonna make all our money back off your contract this year.
Right.
Off of the ratings that you're gonna give us.
Right. Because this is the narrative. This is what we're gonna push, and you're going to be the puppet to do it. We just paid you the big bucks. Now it's time to do your job. Click.
And then what's crazy is that LeBron went on a ESPN platform show to talk about the man who just got the extended contract from ESPN. It's a dirty game, fam. It's a dirty game.
Yep. And Rich Paul was just on Pat McAfee the week before.
I didn't even know that. What was he on there for? Talking about just his deals and things that he's got going
Deals
on.
and things that he got going on. And they asked about the situation. And he was like, you know what? Let's get LeBron on. He can talk about it himself.
Like, why is people so intrigued in Pat McAfee?
Because Pat McAfee don't hold nothing back. Bro, Pat McAfee talk about any and everything.
Yeah.
He got connections. Remind you, Pat McAfee was a punter in the NFL.
Yeah. So he's he ain't a journalist.
He's not a journalist. No.
Yeah.
He's part of the game, but also he got connections too. He's the reason why, Aaron Rodgers was coming on for a minute.
Yeah. Where did he play?
For like a day.
What team was he on?
I think he was at Indianapolis.
Pat McAfee around a Peyton Manning time, wasn't it? Probably.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought he kicked at Denver too with Peyton. I think.
If I'm not mistaken, he probably did because Pat McAfee is only 37.
Yeah, I think he went to Denver too. That's where I remember him at the most. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd been part of my squad, yeah.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I forgot Denver, your squad, man. But let's not get on that. Let's not get on our squads and nothing yet, though. Let's close it out on the Stephen A. and LeBron's James conversation. I salute LeBron and everything he's done and contributed to the game, and I wish him and Bronny and everybody well. And I feel like Stephen A. I appreciate what Stephen A. has done in the work he contributed at Georgetown and with Allen Iverson and all of that in his early days in his career. But I think he need to switch from feelings and emotion and get back to the objectivity and just start, you know what I mean, talking about what he is there for, the sport.
Right.
And just keep moving forward because you can be replaced, dog.
Yeah.
You can be replaced.
Yeah.
It might be hard to replace you, but they'll replace you. Real spill. But this week has been wild, man, and so many, like, since I've been thinking about the people that has died in hip hop culture since the start of this year.
Right.
It's already been a lot, man.
Yeah.
George Foreman. I know the guy wasn't famous or whatever that was with Sauce Walker, but the Say So P guy got murdered in Memphis. It struck a nerve with me because it was in.
I was gonna ask you about that. You being from Memphis, how did you feel about that whole ordeal? The fact that the night before he was just all over social media just
See, I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, though.
okay.
But I done been to Memphis a multitude of times. In Tennessee, it's I don't know. I'm from East Tennessee, but West Tennessee, I done been to West Tennessee a multitude of times. I got songs with 8 Ball, MJG, Skinny Pimp. Done been to the Tennessee Music Awards. That was held in Mississippi. It was held in Tunica, Mississippi. That's south of Memphis. I done been to clubs in Memphis to perform when I was doing shows because I wouldn't do a show no more. And I want to make an announcement about music during this podcast before we end it or whatever, because I think I do it now. I think that the direction the culture is going, I might not never make no more music.
What?
I might not ever make. And I'm passionate about it. I'm 15 albums in. I love it.
No. What?
Might not ever rap again, fam.
Well, man.
But I said might though.
I know.
It's
bro,
just
you know, man, when you drop, bro, you know.
And as I got older in music too, my music has gotten way better than it was when I was younger because I've had life experiences and had stuff to say. And traveling makes me want to say something. And I haven't been traveling that much lately, though. The last time I went out the country probably was in August, or I went to the West Coast or whatever. Anytime I go to the West Coast or out the countries, it made me want to speak. But Tennessee is all connected, man. Chattanooga, Knoxville, Nashville, Memphis. It's really all connected. It's just that when I seen that Say So Peace situation, I was thinking, that's nothing new for Tennessee, fam. You know, we talk about LA, Chicago, New York crime. It's 8 million people in those places. There's 5 million people in LA, 8 million in New York, 5 or 6 million in Chicago. When you think about Memphis, it's 600,000 people. Per capita, those cities cannot compare, fam. It's no comparison. And for a person who hasn't visited Memphis, I would just tell you to act accordingly, keep your head on a swivel, and don't stop for nothing. Just keep going. Go to your destination, keep going. Because the reason I say that is because LA, Chicago, New York, it's opportunities there. You can go get a good job. It's middle class. It's a multitude of rich individuals. In Memphis, it's majority poor people. So by being majority poor people, that crime is gonna be through the ceiling, fam. That crime is through the ceiling in Memphis. And I just don't, I don't respect that violence like that. I hate it, to be honest with you. I hate the direction that the Black community is going in totality. Because when I look around, I know we have suffered from things and we traumatized from things though, but we don't have to enhance it. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that. It don't gotta enhance it. You know, the fact that I think what tripped me out was the fact that one, he went back there.
Back to Memphis after being
back to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, two, you put your mans in a bad spot. And then, like, the way you was popping your shit on social media, it's like, bro, haven't you learned anything? Like, if I know I have ops back home, they're not even gonna know I touched down, let alone be on social media and know where I'm at.
And he might not even have knew that what he was doing was showing the ops where he was at, because they had to widen the image just to be able to see that he was at that hotel.
But here's the thing though, bro, he was all on the Sprinter bus. We got the go yards, we got this, we got that, we got this, bro. Not only did you put your boy, get Sauce Walker in trouble, you put the security guard y'all had with you in trouble. If y'all even had security, two,
they did.
Bro, like you cannot do that. You can't, because 9 times, huh?
Did you see the security guards? My fault.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
9 times I seen the video when they popped out. I said 9 times out of 10, yo, they knew they knew where you were at. 2, they waited for you to come down. 3, they smoked you on the spot.
No hesitation.
No hesitation at all.
That was something like the video that we've seen of recently from the Mo 3 thing.
Mo 3 thing. Bro, it like you can't be out here playing with people that don't have a regard for life. These young dudes don't got no regard for life.
And they paying these young dudes to do the things that they doing. That's why Dirk in the situation he in, Yellow Beezy in the situation that he in, they think they got a little money they can pay these guys. These guys just trying to get that little
get the not knowing that y'all gonna get caught anyway.
Yeah, technology too real nowadays, man.
Bro, they pinging cell phones like you playing a video game.
And they can enhance the image and show you use AI to enhance the image. And
bro, there's cameras everywhere now. Bro, doorbell cameras. You don't even realize it.
Yeah.
But your neighbor got a doorbell camera. The whole neighborhood got a doorbell camera. Guess what? They're giving them out for free now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're out here doing crime for a measly 20,000. You're taking a life on top of that. Bro, if you so big and bad, you do the job yourself. And that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the youth. They out here paying people to do their job. If you so big and bad, if you so about your raps, catch him by yourself. Because guess what? If you get away with it, you get away with it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? As long as you out here paying, they gonna tell.
Yeah, because telling is, I hate to say this, telling is normal now. That's regular shit. That's okay. If you pay a criminal that's doing a violent offense to do something, he know that you don't want to do nothing.
Right. Or you wouldn't be paying them to do it.
So why wouldn't I tell? Because you ain't gonna do nothing. That's the mind frame
right
that they have.
I'm gonna go to jail for this. I'm finna go to jail for something you should be doing. Because guess what? If they get caught, if I get caught, I'm going, not you.
Yeah.
Let them tell it. They don't even know you're in it. But yet you the one with the beef. It's not my beef.
So when I get caught, you know what I'm doing. Basically. That's how
I'm telling.
And they mind already made up.
I'm gonna take your 40 ball and go flip it.
Yeah, it's a crazy game, and the world has changed drastically. It's gonna forever change. And what I hate the most, though, guy, before I play the clip, is that they tying the chaos to hip hop and the word rap, and they criminalizing being a rapper now. Like being a rapper to me sounds the same as being a drug dealer or a gangster now. And they removing the art from the art form, and I really don't like that, because at one point in time, hip hop was a way for you to get out the game.
And now it's a way for people to glorify what they're doing, and now they're using your records against you and adding things up and putting you away for it.
Most dudes using hip hop now as a way to get in the game, because they wasn't in the game first. So they rapping and getting hot and making good music, and then they get in the game instead of being in the game and then making your hit songs or whatever and rap. Hip hop is almost demonetized at the end of the day too.
Yeah, because guess what? What's gonna happen is this is exactly what happened, right? They get their deal. They get caught in the RICO, or they go to jail for some lyrics they done said because they done backtracked of a killing that happened a year ago that you rapping about. You're sitting in jail because they done convicted you. Now the record label is getting all your money. They're not gonna bail you out. unless you NBA YoungBoy, which I feel like NBA YoungBoy is probably working for the feds or some goddamn body way he go to jail and get out. And what you were doing it for, you basically you want to change your life. You can't. You completely just fucked up your life. Like you said, where it was before, it was looked at to get out of the hood. Now it done just turned into a RICO.
You know, that word caught my attention too because they removed the RICO from Diddy's case as of recently, though. But
Did they?
he coming home, fam.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that, bro. Like I said that to a friend like a week ago. I said, watch, he's going to come home because when have you known for one person to be that a RICO for one person?
Yeah, two or three of his charges got dropped as of recently, but I'm gonna make the clips and say that for the podcast. You know, what I mean the other podcast because I didn't have the time to do it for us, and I really would have loved to have that conversation with you too. But what I want to ask you is, what if I want to know why did the police allow this to happen or the government allow this to happen, and what would happen if they removed it from the equation? Snitching. Why does the government allow people to snitch, and what if they removed snitching from the equation?
Well, one, when you snitch, well, telling on somebody is what they call it. Snitching is basically telling on somebody. But snitching sound more harsh, right? And you become a snitch when you have done a crime or you've done something with somebody and somebody tell about the situation. That's why it's always important that if you're going to do something, do it by yourself.
Anything.
Mm-hmm. Because you can have a co-defendant.
Mm-hmm.
If he tell, he's snitching.
Yeah.
Because he was a part of the crime too.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm really big on accountability. You do the crime, you do the time, bro. Ain't no snitching, bro. Ain't no snitching. If you with me and we doing something, trust and believe.
You gotta hold yourself accountable. But you want me to tell you something that I had to realize in my days and times in my youth when somebody told on me. Because I wanted to react in a way that wasn't beneficial to me. So I had to sit with some time and I had to sit for some time and think. And what I thought about was I didn't have to be out here hustling.
Yep. Choices.
That was my way of holding myself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
like I tell people, bro. Like I tell people, right? Regardless of what you out here doing, there's a consequence for everything, whether good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, either it's a good consequence or a bad consequence, but there's going to be a consequence.
That's facts.
And you definitely got to be out, and that's what I tell people too. Whatever you do, don't just affect you; it affects everybody.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people out here making choices and making decisions, thinking it's only going to affect them.
Yeah.
No, it don't just affect you; it affects everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody that's tied to you, it affects.
Family
members, everybody. Well,
the gas station you go to every week, they gonna be missing out on you. It's a trickle down effect. I agree with that. Man.
So that's why, bro, I never allow myself to get caught up in the streets. Like anybody will tell you, you can't get Guy to do anything he don't want to do.
Yeah.
You could never. As a matter of fact, I talked to my girl about this the other day. I'm a loner.
Yeah.
I just realized that. I am a loner. Always have been.
But you could probably cool with that.
Yeah,
Because
I'm so content, bro. I sit in the house.
yeah,
If I ain't out with my best friends, bro, my circle is small. It's 3 of us,
would
4
you
of us actually.
consider yourself an introvert?
Yep. Yeah.
Hmm. That's what's up.
This is what I do.
Yeah, I've been seeing you go to work too on them things,
This is what I do, bro. Like
and that's
I
healthy. That's a brain exercise.
brain exercise. See, I paint everything, bro. So for me, and it's crazy because I just realized that about myself. Like I'm a loner. I don't care because I've never needed a group. I never when I was in high school, bro. I was very popular in high school, very.
Yeah,
But you didn't see me with anybody. You know, everybody had their cliques. I didn't have a
yeah.
clique. I didn't have a group. I played football. I played basketball.
Hmm. But you know, if you stood alone, that's unique to people. When you stand alone, people don't understand that. They want to be a part of what you got going on. They want to get into your thought process and wonder why you alone. And most of the time, people that are introverts and people that like spending time alone, they tapped into their creative side. They tapped into themselves and they are content with who they are as individuals. And most of the time, the extrovert people are looking for validation that what they're doing is good.
Yep, that's
That's
true.
my perspective on that because at the end of the day, it's just me and my wife, man. That's my partner. And then and the
Mhm.
rest I'm creating, I'm reading books, I'm sipping some good red wine, I'm at the gym, I'm living my life, I'm cooking and doing my thing and trying to create something positive that if I could touch one person with the conversations or whatever that I got going on and I'm doing, then so be it though. But I agree
Yep.
with you on that though, fam. I appreciate that, because most of the time people that's introverted, they are the most creative people on the planet.
Hmm.
Let's get into this though, fam. What was your thoughts when you first seen this?
We're here to discuss 2 events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive. In Zone 3, officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house. 1 male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid and he was transported to Grady Hospital where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Rest in peace to Scooter. Rest in peace to Street, man. I was on YouTube when I heard about that, and I was seeing where DJ Academics was talking about it. And I don't even really listen to Academics as much as I used to because he is always live and straight to the point when something's going on. And that kind of that affected me, man, because I come up in the same type of like lifestyle as young Scooter. And it's a different type of street nigga, fam.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
when I first grew up in the hood and everything, it's like growing up in the hood, people don't care about you. They ain't concerned about you. A lot of folks have this perception of the hood that these people want to do this. These are bad people or whatever. They are basically doing what they're doing based upon circumstance. And when I grew up in the hood at one point in time, fam, I was the guy like I thought this is what I thought, guy. Everybody want to get some money, take care of their family, and get out the hood. but that's not everybody's intentions. People's intentions is to milk the hood and milk it for all it got and just use and abuse the neighborhood. But when I thought about Young Scooter, man, his music used to like give me superpowers because I understand that the dope boy music is just something about it that do something to me, fam, because of the lifestyle. I come up in the same environment, and seeing him pass away was brutal to me last night, fam, just to be honest with you.
Man, when I seen that, I had to double back. Like, I'm like, hold on, this can't be true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this can't be true. Like, and then you look, and you're like, yo, his birthday is the day?
Yeah.
Like, how'd you die on your birthday? And then when the story came out, the young lady, somebody called, they came to the door, they closed the door, my automatic thought was they wasn't expecting the police to come knocking at their door.
Mm-hmm.
Police knocked at their door because somebody said something. They obviously was doing something they didn't have no business doing.
Yeah.
Because their automatic reaction was to run out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
In Scooter, they say he hopped 2 fences. Bro, you hopping 2 fences?
39?
At 39? You need to stretch.
No, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm not laughing.
I'm not, bro. How big were them damn fences? Because they come at first. It said you got shot by the police.
Yeah, the story is it has me skeptical on what's the truth, because I think the body cam footage need to come out. I think that it was something else going on besides what they're
That
saying.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
So they say it was another call for a 42-year-old man. Scooter wasn't 42.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they say he died from fracturing his leg.
Mm-hmm.
There's an artery in your thigh.
Yeah.
And they said he bled out. So, we need to see video footage. We need to see the cameras. But, I mean, you do the autopsy, and if the autopsy say he wasn't shot, then shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what came out. When I first seen it, they said, Scooter got killed. I'm like, hold the hell up. What? And now look, it's his birthday too. How the hell you down on your birthday, bro? What the hell you was doing?
A lot of times people are indulging in things, celebrating life and celebrating a solar return in ways that it really ain't a celebration.
No, I honestly thought he got into a shootout with the Popo.
I don't even see, like, I see, when I think of real dudes that's trying to get some money, I don't even think that they into violent acts.
Nope. They too focused on they get tunnel vision.
Yeah. I don't see that as being Scooter. I see him as a dude that's trying to get some money, have a good time. He might have been drinking, smoking, chilling, or whatever. And I feel like he shouldn't have ran though, because it's at a point to where in life, once you start getting up in age and stuff, falling down feels different. Jumping the fence feels different. Dribbling, running, play a whole court basketball game at my age. I'm 45, fam. I'm super humble. I could die on the court. I switch we seen Joe Budden and his boys playing
out there. Mm-hmm.
What happened to Ish?
Man, Achilles done. Done.
One game, bro.
One game. I think it was 2 minutes in.
Yeah. Achilles, torn his Achilles. It's just once you get old to a certain age, you can't be running and ducking and dodging police and all that old type of stuff, though. But
and that's what made me think that he was doing something. Because from what I listen to his music, bro. I mean, it sounds like he's still heavily in the streets.
Yeah, he was the streetest of the street.
So if you still out there slanging,
mm-hmm.
you obviously was doing something. So You know, they caught you at a bad time. You see it with the popo, or somebody closed the door. Hey, it's the popo. He took off.
Yeah. I hate it happened though, but they say that you shouldn't sympathize with people who have who know what they're participating in. But man, me coming from that lifestyle or whatever, I sympathize with those people because a lot of times people don't know what they're getting themselves involved in. A lot of times consequences is what makes people create ways out for themselves or try to do things that it really ain't in their best interest. And you know, I had to make my decision up the time I turned 30 years old, fam. I'm 45 now. When I turned 30, I said, I can't do this no more. I ain't gonna be here another 6 months.
Mm.
I knew it. I felt it in my soul. I'm not gonna be here another 6 months. And when I changed my mind frame on it, it was over for me, fam. It was completely over. The game was it was just too filthy for me.
Mm.
Rest in peace to Scooter, man. Condolences to his family.
Yeah,
Condolences
rest in
to
peace.
Free Band Gang, man. I'm gonna bump the music. The music made me feel like I had superpowers listening to the music, man.
Oh
It
yeah,
made-
man. Scooter, man. Scooter was that dude in Atlanta, low key.
yeah,
Like you know who Young Scooter is. I
Yeah.
knew who Young Scooter was, and I'm a hip hop head. He's more, you know, he hung with Future. You know, you doing music with a lot of people. So
everybody, if you rapping
yeah,
street in Atlanta and you don't got a Scooter feature, you ain't
some street, right.
Lil Baby got a Scooter feature. He the one. He put ATL Jacob in position to be able to produce for Future. You know what I mean? He got on his biggest records, Columbia and Jug King. He got Rick Ross on the records. It's just, and he gave Rick Ross like it seemed to me that Rick Ross got credit by doing songs with Scooter and Gucci and them because I don't believe Rick Ross raps, but when he doing it with them type of guys, it makes it seem like he's more real and it's more believable.
Rick Ross been writing since the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was writing for Slip and Slide.
And he was signed to Suave House with 8 Ball and MJG long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that was his first time he got a deal was with Suave House.
Yep.
Do you remember Suave House Click?
Yep.
Crime Boss,
Yep.
Tila, South Circle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh golly, I might have to do a podcast on that because Suave House,
Bro,
Suave House,
they had talent, man.
yeah, they had a hell of a lot of talent. Jazzy Faye was on Suave House too. Yeah, but we got to get into the last topic though, guy, before we get up off of this thing because you know you're a brother that is from Los Angeles, and you make me aware about a lot of things. And when I seen this lawyer speak on his platform, I seen him last night, and I got an extra clip opposite to the one that you sent me, and it's interesting to me because I put out a clip about incriminating yourself and California gang culture being like one of the main places in the nation. I don't see that it may be other young individuals in the country doing this, but I don't see it on a level as the Los Angeles guys. What is it that they need clarification and to be celebrated and respected from social media? Why are they incriminating themselves? Is that part of the culture? I don't understand it, fam.
Bro, this is what happens when you get somebody like Adam 22 get a platform, and these dudes become they're basically, if they're taking gang culture and they're using it for monetization, not knowing that, you know, we're gonna give y'all a platform. They don't understand what the hell is going on. They don't equate podcasting and gang culture. You can't if you can't talk about everything you doing in the street, what makes you think you get on a platform and talk about it? But yet they think they just telling a story. No, bro, you ain't just telling no story. You speaking on stuff that you wouldn't even talk about on the phone.
It's sad, guy.
It's horrible, bro. It is horrible. Like,
It's even more. It's sad that they doing it, but it's sad that they're going on white platforms and doing it. That's double time negative. I could go out to California, rent me a space, make it a beautiful space, and have conversations with those brothers and not even allow them to criminate themselves. And it'll be a better platform than Adam 22 and Vlad. But it's just sad that they're giving their content and those conversations to people that don't even give a shit about the culture.
and then here's the thing though with that. I don't fault Vlad or Adam.
Me neither. Fam.
They asking questions. And half the time Adam 22 ain't asking no questions. Them dudes are divulging this information. And it's like, I don't expect Adam 22 or any of them to understand they don't understand what the hell they talking about.
They don't even know what
They don't even know what they talking about. So I don't expect them to say, hey, I wouldn't talk about that. They looking at it as shit. This content. If I hear something, I'm be like, yo, why are you talking about that, bro? Or, hey, I'm about to edit this. I'm gonna take this out, take that out. And they're gonna be like, what? Because, bro, you incriminating yourself.
Yeah. It's when I think about that too, it's like I don't care if a Crip, a Blood, a Rolling 40, Rolling 60, Kitchen Crip, Power Rule, any Blood, whatever you is, you come to my platform, I'm gonna care about you. I'm gonna want you to win, fam.
Right.
It's like that these people that go on their platforms, they never had nobody genuinely give a damn about them.
Nope. No. As you can see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad, fam. Let's get into the conversation. You sent me this clip and said, clip this up, Trill. We got to talk about it. And I've been checking out this lawyer a lot lately, and what he has to say, it's very interesting to me because I realize now that I'm at an age to where everybody that is in powerful positions grew up in the culture that I grew up in. This American culture. I remember one time it used to be like it wasn't nothing but us that knew about these things.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was hidden. Everything was underground. Now you got the little Becky from Maine knowing about what's going on in the streets.
Yep.
Bob from North Dakota know about it. And I listen to the lawyer and he sound cool and he's spilling the game, and it's just let's get to it.
Why the fuck would you say that on camera? I mean, this Big U is just he likes his celebrity
The
status.
youngsters get out and then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving.
Here's why that check-in thing is so important to their organization. It is a steady stream of cash flow. You don't check in, I don't collect the tax.
A certain way. And so they get out and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number. Mm-hmm. They know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program. And you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, that claim my neighborhood that's in this music shit, but they don't really fuck with us until it's a problem. Then they call him. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. Mm-hmm. You didn't fuck with me before that. You know what I mean? You have my number.
Tell me that just doesn't sound like control. And that is what the indictment is trying to prove. And the government is trying to prove.
You could have called me, you could have did all that. You know what I mean? But he was around about, but how is that fair to me? How is that?
I mean, here's the deal. If I was going into LA, into their territory, I suppose, I probably would check in.
I meant to end that clip early because my next clip that I'm gonna play is gonna start off with that. If I was probably going to LA, I probably would check in myself because I don't want no problems. Golly, how old was Big U in those interviews to be speaking like that?
But them interviews was like 5 years old.
So he had to be in his 50s.
Yep, but here's the thing with all that. Big U been getting tracked for years. Tracked, meaning he was helping out gang intervention, thinking that he was helping out. Well, no, ain't no thinking. He knew what he was doing. Like, why you walking around with a BlackBerry? You have a cell phone that's tied to they tapping you.
Yeah.
Been tapping you.
You know what a 501c3 is, fam?
I've heard of it. He's that.
Yeah, to be able to obtain one of them and get those benefits from the government, you have to work for the government.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right. So how you have your programs that you have and they not keep a track on you being a former gang member after doing 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, let's be real. And then you talk about tapping in.
Yeah.
You extorting your own gang, bro. Quando Rondo. He from my set, but he don't even fuck. Bro, when did that matter?
Yeah, if I'm showing you love or not. Does that mean I guess he feel like I'm the big dog. You gotta answer to me.
And that's where he went wrong. Bro, we not in the fucking 70s, the 60s. Like who, bro, we're not tapping. Why would I have to tap in with you? You shouldn't even know I'm here.
Yeah.
Nobody should know I'm here.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. Like my few times going out to LA, I went through, I ain't a tough. Me and my wife was chilling. We was riding. We was in Crenshaw.
Crenshaw don't look the same no more.
It looked like I was like, man, this shit ain't even. It didn't even look as tough as they portray it to be.
Because they done gentrified everything.
Mm-hmm. We was on Western Avenue. We went all the way. We rode the back. I think it's one street that lead from the Staples Center down near to Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of it. Might be Ingle something or something. I don't know. It's a long ass street.
The Staples Center? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
might be Crenshaw.
Crenshaw, you got Vermont, you got Western, you got Normandy, you got I'm thinking of everything that go that way.
But it's like you were saying though, back to the let's stick on topic though and get off of me personally. But I was through there and I enjoyed myself. It's just that the checking in thing, why do people even know you there? And then now they're saying that he had something to do with PNB Rock and Nipsey situation. And I was there I was on the plane the day PNB Rock died going to Los Angeles for my anniversary with my wife.
Wow.
Because that's the day after the day PNB Rock died. That's the day after we got married.
Wow.
August the 24th. No, August the 22nd. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's just that if he had something to do with all of these crimes and these situations, and you see that lawyer had to stop self-snitching hats on, that is crazy that people are complaining about people snitching on them when in all reality you telling on yourself.
Always. He's been telling on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even with the murder in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, nobody, like, you can't, and this is where people think we're stupid as civilians, right? Bro, you put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 plus equals 4. Like, bro, they got you on wiretaps. They got you for fraud. They got you for money laundering. They got you for everything.
It's over. And you know, that word civilian, you caught me with something, because I want to change up the terminology to that. I want to call us, instead of civilians, I want to call us concerned taxpayers.
Right.
Right. Taxpaying citizens, because if you try to hold, guy, I'm just being honest with you, guy. If somebody from my hometown try to hold me accountable for something that I did 25 years ago, or you try to view me as a person who you perceive me to be 25 years ago, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Because I paid IRS big bucks.
Yep.
And if I'm paying big bucks, I expect to be protected.
Yep.
So I'm expected to be protected, and you out here committing crimes and shit. You know, you just know you're in trouble, my opinion, because I'm a concerned. I'm not a civilian. I'm a concerned tax-paying citizen, because I can't remove the street element out of my life ever. You can't remove your experiences from LA ever. You always
nope.
You know what I mean? You always gonna be LA.
Man, I grew up, man, where I grew up at, bro. It's, you know, I had to navigate 3 different gangs that didn't get along. One street, A-Trays, 9-0s, and the Hoovers.
A-Trays is 80. Is that the 53rd?
83rd, 83rd, and Western. You got the 9-0s off of 92nd, 90th, between Butlong and Normandy, and then you cross Vermont, and you end up in Hoover Hood. And yeah,
Hoover, not the what
you
number?
got the 5 deuce, the 7 foes, the 9-0s, the 9 deuce Hoovers. You had the 9-0 Hoovers. You had the 7 foes and the.
That's crazy. Do they all get along? As
No,
are they?
Hoovers don't. Nope. All them Hoovers don't get along. Nope.
That's crazy.
Nope. Mm-mm.
You know, what I wanted to say, in comparison to what you're seeing now in Los Angeles, from the people that's supposed to be the leaders, you growing up there in your era, how was the people that was OGs then? Did they want to take pictures? Did they want to be on platforms talking? How did they communicate with the younger individual?
One, you wouldn't see him. You wouldn't see an OG. The OG popped out doing, Hood Day. You know, now a lot of the OGs in the community are they have Hood Day softball games. Back then, bro, it wasn't what it is now. Like, you didn't know who was in the game then, growing up.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't, they associated you by where you lived, but you didn't know that Josh was from 9-0 Hoover. You didn't know that. You didn't know that, Charles down the street, old man Charles down the street was an OG. You didn't know that.
He was just Charles from down the street.
Right.
And then this was a family thing. Like, what I realized about how gang culture transformed too, it seemed like a lot of black people have inherited Mexican ways with the face tattoos, and you know what I'm saying, trying to perceive themselves to be more than they is. It seemed like it was more of a family structure in Los Angeles back then. For me, listening to, and this is just me listening to MC8, because I know MC8 personally, fam. I whooped his ass in Madden a couple of times too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And listening to him talk, he said that Suge Knight mama and his mama lived across the street, and they Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a neighborhood family thing. He said that family might have been power rules, and they created it with this family in this house. and now people are perceiving it to be something that it wasn't created to be. And it's just interesting to me, fam. Let's get into this clip right here also and continue the conversation.
The deal. If I was going into LA, into their territory, I suppose, I probably would check in just because you wouldn't want the hassle of and the repercussion of not checking in. And that's what they're designed to do. It's like he forgot what he was doing was illegal. And it's total self-snitching. And every one of these videos, every one of these Instagram posts, every one of these, you gotta check in or it's gonna get hot, all that shit is gonna bite him in the ass. Loose Cannon, he was, and now this episode has been deleted evidently. He was a No Jumper. He talks about the robbery of a dispensary. What gets said in the podcast ends up in the indictment. Watch this.
So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And
why in the hell are you saying this on? I mean, if you're so smart to rob somebody and get big money, how come you're not smart enough to keep your fucking mouth shut?
And like doing like real police shit. I seen a nigga get like 20 guns. And when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies, but I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
you've been asleep a long fucking time.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that,
I'm his right hand man. How do you back off of that when you're in trial?
Yo, you've been asleep for me. I'm sorry, man. Oh my God, bro. That was funny as hell. You've been asleep this whole damn time.
Think about a lawyer telling you, you're so stupid, I can't defend you.
That's it.
How am I going to defend this stupidity?
Because he got on a platform and thought he was telling a story, but that shit was not a story. Did he not forget, bro? This is what really happened. Like, I honestly think he got into Big U, and he hated that Big U played him so many times to where he teamed up with Wack. See, Wack looking at him like,
and Wack smarter than people think.
Bro, Wack is smart as shit. He played them all against each other.
And never incriminated himself.
And never incriminated himself in anything.
And they been the ops the whole time to him.
We can do business together. We getting the money. But once y'all niggas start doing stupid shit, I'm out.
I hate. This is the perception that white people are going to have on us for a long time. They are promoting so much stupidity, and they're going on white platforms doing it, and you got white lawyers reacting to it. Not that I got anything against white people, because I come from a city that's 87% white. I love some white people. It's just that I never make myself look less than in front of them. I never ask for their help, and I never play myself and look stupid to them also. And what they did is going to give them, my actions and your actions found in front of white people is going to make them perceive that the majority of us act like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be complaining. I don't want to be dependent. I don't want to be a hindrance to my people. I don't want to be acting like a victim, acting like y'all owe me something. Y'all did something. Y'all supposed to do something for me. I don't want to be that person, fam. So I hate that Loose Cannon and Big U gave off this perception that a lot of black brothers are like that. And I bet you it's not even the majority of gang members that act like how they act.
No, just them damn idiots.
Yeah,
Because look who they was under. Big U. Big U's an idiot. Big U ain't smart. That nigga's he's a man. He portray like he's smart. He ain't smart.
You know, and back to did the OGs fail the youth? I hate to say this, but Nipsey Hussle supposed to have been the leader of that situation, because I think he would have moved that culture and that gang forward, and Big U set him back 20 more years.
He did.
That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
No, you're right, because Nipsey was about uplifting. Even though he was from a gang, he was uplifting. He wasn't out here doing stupid shit. He was out here using his influence for good. Big U didn't. I don't think Big U wanted to be the man so bad to where I honestly, and this is my opinion, I honestly feel like he has something to do with Nip dying, getting killed. I honestly do. It's gonna come out.
Yeah, we'll be here.
It's gonna come out, and it's crazy, man, because here you have somebody who's making a change in the community, a real change. Wasn't doing nothing shady, nothing. You were the shady one. And this man lose his life. You don't even go to the funeral. You don't go. What? Bro, he didn't even go to the funeral, bro. He didn't even go to the repast, bro. He didn't condolence to the family, nothing. But this is supposed to be what is up with you? Weirdo?
He gotta live with it now.
Oh, he definitely gonna live with it.
He gotta live with it now, and he may live with it for a long time. If he's connected to the New Jersey situation, he connected to the PNB Rock situation. I didn't even know he was standing on business. He connected to the Quando Rondo situation. He connected to the
Brick Baby's connected to that Quando Rondo situation.
Yeah,
for sure. It's gonna come out.
Hey, man.
Brick Baby is the reason why Dirk is sitting in jail right now. Low key. And Brick Baby is the reason why Sue Surface is in jail too.
It'll come out.
It's gonna come out.
Yeah. Damn. I want to ask you something, but I don't. I don't, because we looking out for the best interests of each other. And I'm gonna ask you on the back burner, fam, because I need to understand, because I don't understand in depth. I don't even really follow this stuff. It's just that I'm passionate about uplifting our people and stuff, and I'm passionate about wanting better for the culture and the better for California, Los Angeles, and gang culture, and better for our people in general. And when I speak about these things, I want to speak about it in a way that is encouraging for people to remove themselves from it, encouraging for people to do better with their life, and just speak about things in a way that's gonna, some changes. But damn, man, when I look at what's trending in the media, the deaths and the way hip hop is going, I don't see shit. I don't see no difference, man. I don't see shit. I don't see shit getting better.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna take the record companies, the record labels gonna take the people's sorrows and problems and issues, and they're gonna put it in their music.
And they're gonna monetize.
And they're gonna monetize it. Period.
Now, before we get off of here, I want to know, because I look at hip hop and I don't think nobody making money no more. Take Kendrick and Drake out of it. Name me 3 artists right now that you think is making money off the culture.
J. Cole.
Okay. The music culture. I think J. Cole,
Music.
because that on his own website, I spent 20 with Cole. Off the music only.
Nobody's making money anymore in music. Not on the music. Nope.
It ain't even 3.
Nope.
They making life-changing music. I mean, money off the music.
I mean, you got to go out of the hip hop genre.
See, I don't want. David Banner just said this on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you seen that interview. He said,
"Yep,
nobody's making money in music no more."
Nope. No. Nobody's selling. We don't sell CDs. We don't sell physical copy CDs no more.
But he talking about period though. Like,
Period. No. You got to. There's a. When they went to streaming, that's when everything went to shit.
Man, I remember. I'm gonna tell you something, guy. In 2003, I released my first album, Game Type. It's the only one that ever made some money for me. Only one. So at home, I released my album the same day. Get Rich or Die Trying and I'm Serious came out.
Wow.
I'm Serious by T.I. I remember that.
Bro, I had both of them albums. I remember where I was at when them albums dropped.
So the story about that is that didn't nobody in my hometown knew I rap, but I was very popular in the street because I used to be living in a Crip neighborhood, and I used to drive an all candy red Monte Carlo, and I had a couple of more cars, and I was very popular in my city on my side of town. So when I released the album, I just put them in stores everywhere. I had billboards on the highways and everything. And the first day I sold 1,000 though. I mean, I sold 4,000. And the stores told me to replenish them all. So 4,000 at $10 a piece was $40,000 the first day.
Damn.
I couldn't believe it. So at the week ended, I sold like 8,000 copies, and I made the most money I ever made in my life. At $10 a piece, that's like $80,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason is that because of that is because 50, it was a strategy to it. Why I released it on the same day as Get Rich or Die Trying. The strategy was that 50 was going to bring people to the stores. So when I knew he was dropping, I dropped mine on the same day, and he really brought people to the stores. People were standing in line for that 50. But in my city, they seen me and said, "Oh, I gotta buy a Lil Trevor shit." That's what they were saying. "Oh, I gotta get Lil Trevor." They was bumping my shit instead of 50s all weekend. And after that, I never made like a real substantial amount of money on music or whatever. And this streaming, when you get your checks from streaming, it's kind of disheartening, man, because that last project I released, 5 p.m. in Turks and Caicos, it got 750,000 streams, and that shit didn't make number like $75.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Disrespectful.
Bro, what? Man, you might as well go ahead and try to put your shit in video games and movies and
Yeah, the video games is where it's at. You know, your boy Promise, who you turned me on to, he I don't know if he's still rapping. I ain't talked to Promise in a while.
he just put out something. He just did a little freestyle that I want to say about a week or two ago because his birthday just passed too.
Yeah, but Promise, he tough, man. I like Promise, and I remember him talking to me about where he get his distribution from, and I'm thinking about taking my music away from the distribution company who I got through and going uploading through who he dealing with because it's black owned. It's black owned. Yeah. And that's important to be up under a black owned banner. But you know, I love when we link up, guy. We got to do it again, man.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate this, man. You know, I enjoy these conversations.
Every time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
Looking forward to y'all in the comment section chopping it up with us and telling us y'all perspective on these things that we have discussed on this episode, man, because it was some real conversations on this about life and the direction that you want to go and gang culture and people losing their life. This was kind of a heavy conversation, but
It was, man.
it's good though, guy.
Yeah. It's always
Hey.
good, man, to hear people different perspectives, man.
Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all check that link in the description and subscribe to God Jackson platform. Go to his YouTube channel and check out his content. And if you're looking at this on God Jackson's platform, hit the link in the description and subscribe to mine, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Real talk. We out.
Appreciate you, bro.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.